Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our summer series of Marketing Mondays. Great to have you guys here. I'm Rhonda Swan, if you don't know me already. But it's excellent to have you guys on the line tonight because tonight I'm going to be sharing some really fun ways to market. All right, summer's coming, right? It's nearly here, at least across the USA or North America, and people are getting out of their home and doing things. And what happens so often, I have been told by, I've been in this industry for over 8.5 years. Everyone always says, or actually, let me ask you this. How many of you guys believe that business slows down in the summer? Hands up. You want to give me a little, you guys believe that? Yeah, some. Okay. Not okay. Cool. Some are like, no, they shouldn't. Okay, but sometimes, it can, and people believe that. Well, I'm going to be the first to let you guys know that my business has always boomed in the summer. Always. And the reason behind it is because I do something different than most do. And I'm going to share with you guys some of the things, the tricks, and the techniques, or I guess just some of the marketing the things that I do during the summertime to keep people in front of my brand, to keep in front of my message while I'm out having fun and living my life. Kind of simple, right? Well, it is rather simple, although it does take a little bit of dedication on your time, but not hard dedication, just consistent dedication. I'm going to show you what I mean by that because some of the stuff I'm going to share with you tonight, I'm going to keep it super on point. I'm going to really nail these stuff out and we're going to go, right? Because, hey, I know I'm all about summer. You guys don't need to be staring and watching me all the time for at least an hour every time we do a call. I want to give you guys some stuff that you can do tonight so that you can begin preparing for summer and really start knocking it out of the park. Because I have utilized these 4 or 5 different forms of marketing. I like to call them super summer sexy marketing techniques because I probably generated over $150,000 by using these techniques alone. And it's probably gone up since then, although I kind of stopped counting after a while because once we started traveling, we stopped doing as much of this type of marketing because we were having to carry stuff around. And I'm going to actually start doing it again because I remember how powerful it was. And this is the reason why I'm sharing with you now. Brian and I here in South Lake Tahoe, put a business card up locally here. And we got a call from someone and it put us on a radio show locally here. I'm going to share with you why that's important, and why I'm like, I got to start doing this again because of what this woman said to us. So, all right, let's get rocking, you guys, so I can get going. You guys are great. Hey, Joni, what's happening, lady? Hola, amiga. Uh, yeah, it does. You're right. It does if you believe it for us. That's a really good point. I have heard the same. Many people believe that, they marketing stops, or business stops in the summertime, but it doesn't have to. So what I'm going to do tonight, guys, I'm going to go over my favorite, getting out of your box style of marketing. All right. This is our out of the box marketing call. I have done this call a number of different times. I've shared these techniques with a lot of different people. In fact, I have shared these very techniques with people that have never, ever been in the industry or ever marketed before, and they've actually ran their business primarily using these techniques and built a great business. So you want to really look at all angles of marketing, right? What happens a lot of times, we all get stuck. We want to be internet marketers because we think it's so much easier. Well, if you're an internet marketer and you're sitting in front of your computer all day, how many people want to really follow you if you're locked behind your computer all day? People want to follow people that are out living their life and creating that life that they signed up for, right? Which is freedom. And so this is the type of freedom style marketing that I have done for years, and it works and it's awesome. So let's get to it. All right. No more wasting time. No more chit chatting about it. All right. So what I'm going to share with you guys tonight, and literally feel free, ask questions on the right-hand side. I love that. This is a Marketing Mondays call, guys. I've done this call for free forever, all pure value, nothing being sold here. So just know if you have other people, you're like, maybe you guys should come to this call, invite them because I just love doing this call. It's a great way for me to connect with others in the industry and really help every person in this whole broad spectrum industry build their business. All right. And so this is what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to go through business drop cards. I'm going to share with you some things to say on business drop cards using flyers, different type of shopping cart ads, water bottles, car magnets, custom car frames. Now I know it sounds pretty simple, but guys, there is some really great ways to utilize this form of marketing in your daily, everyday activities, and to really just have a lot of fun with it. So one moment, guys, hold on. All right, cool. So as you guys know, many of you guys may or may not know, we're here in South Lake Tahoe for a couple more weeks, and we're in here. Brian's cooking in the living room, and I'm doing my webinar in the living room. So, so I just want to make sure you guys can hear me good. Except, can all you guys hear me well? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, hands up, or just let me know. Yeah, cool, awesome. Okay, good. I don't usually have an issue with people hearing me, but I want to make sure that everything is coming clearly. Okay, so the reason why I started doing this type of marketing is because, of course, we lived in San Diego, and in San Diego, it's rather summer all year long, right? So I've been able to really utilize these types of marketing. But the reason why I started thinking of it is because of what I said to you earlier. There were some people that were started in my business, and they said, I really am uncomfortable. I don't have a website, or I don't know what to do, and I don't really know how to internet market. And I said, well, look, can you place business cards in specific locations? I'm going to show you what to put on it, what to say, where to place them. And can you really be diligent with that, right? She said, yeah. I said, can you, or do you attend different types of events, or maybe charity events, or, drive your car? Yes. Awesome. Well, this is the type of marketing that is so fun with brand new people, because everyone can do it. And people don't do it anymore, you guys. People don't take the time to actually, really do cool stuff like this. And I'm going to share with you some of the exact things that I've done so you guys can model it precisely how I've done it. So let's start number one, guys. We've gone green since we've left the country for a number of different reasons. But I tell you what, there's something to be said about a business drop card. And I'm sharing with you right now. This is my very first business drop card I ever created. This card alone has absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, made me, goodness, I mean, well over $50,000, $75,000. And I probably could backtrack it to the exact people that I have that have purchased from me because of these exact cards. And I'm going to share with you why they're vital and what to put on them, and assist you guys in really helping yourself be branded. I know a lot of you guys I've worked with in the past in my branding workshop. And we really talk a lot about your visual presence, along with not only your personal core message, your branded core message, but your presence. Your business cards, guys, there's a couple things that we want to do in them. I'm going to show you exactly the components to making these super ultra amazing and appealing. How many of you guys right now use a business card? Let me just get some hands. There's a ton of you guys here tonight. Wow, fantastic. Okay, about a third. All right. Okay, good. Okay, a lot more than a third. Excellent. Okay, hands down. How many of you guys use a picture or an image like the one I have here? Like this, like with your face. Okay, not as many. Okay, so let's start there. Um, this is one thing that I started modeling after with real estate agents. Okay, I did a lot of real estate. Brian and I did a lot of real estate investing. What I noticed with real estate agents, they always have their picture on it. Why? They'll, for certainly, is because they want you to remember them, right? And they want to make an impact, because as you all know, every people buy from people, and it's always about the know, the like, and the trust, right? So even if you're an internet marketer, it still is always about our know, like, and trust when it comes to people buying from us. That's why we are so big about making sure you have a branded custom blog, that you're doing videos, and you're transparent, right? You are in front of people's faces all the time. So the business card is a great way for us to do that. And I'm going to share with you how you're going to use these differently than you may have in the past. Okay. So let's start with, first off, with the components of the business card that make these so valuable, and why people love them. Okay. First off, this picture back here is actually Brian and I in South Africa. People have thought that it's us, behind a fake image. These type of cards, and I got these cards from, what's the name of the company? Yeah, thank you, Brian. Vistaprint. Vistaprint gives you, I think, your first 200 for free, I believe. I've used them for years. But this is what you do. You go into Vistaprint, you upload a custom image. They typically will have the little square boxes where you can put your imaging in. When you do a business card like this, it's so much more appealing. Like, for instance, I do some travel stuff with GRN. I love having travel, right? Because people, that really connects with them. If you may be doing, we work with some people that ride Harleys, and they do, their target market is, those type of groups. Put an image that will really relate to someone, but use the full image, because first off, you get the know, like, and trust right off the bat, because they see your smiley little shiny face, and they're really approached by or connected to the picture. Okay. So obviously we want to have our normal stuff, which is your name, your company. Now, this is the part right here that I love the most, which is creating and assisting people create great taglines that connect with people and that draw their attention in. In my workshop, I actually work with several weeks with people just getting the right languaging in their taglines. And it's important because what it does is it creates a visual question or an answer for people, or an emotion. Okay. So this one right here, I have actually used this and I've tested so many different ones. This is not my tagline for my brand or my website, but it's one that I've utilized, and you guys can steal it. Anything that I've ever done, I want everyone to take it, steal it, copy it, whatever it may be, because I have done this stuff for 8.5 years and I know it works. And sometimes I forget to tell everyone how great one thing works. So if you see me doing stuff more frequently, it's because it's been working for years. So this tagline here: we teach people how to create wealth and live the lifestyle of their dreams. Now, it does sound slightly cliche, right? We've heard these words a little bit. Although that little statement right there has created more people asking us what we do, how we do it, and where we do it than any other thing before that I've ever done. In fact, I did some testing recently this last year, and I got business cards that are just our brand, our Unstoppable Family brand, because I really wanted to see how that would work. Nothing really. Didn't really do much, because remember, people connect with people. They connect with your face. They want to know you're real these days, right? Okay, so this right here, we teach people how to create wealth and live the lifestyle of their dreams. Now, see, this encompasses everything that anyone could be doing, right? If you run a business online, and if you're recruiting, then of course you can do all of this, right? You can teach people how to create wealth and allow people to create their lifestyle. Now, there's a couple of things that we look at. We look at, like, utilizing words like teach, right? Because we want people to see, we want people to really see that we are coaches and we can help them. We've got something that we can do for them, right? So you use words like we teach, or we assist, we help people, right? You utilize words that allow people to really connect with you. Now, there are some really great methods to creating regular taglines, like, say, your blog. These business card taglines tend to be like a miniature message. See, on our blogs, we don't necessarily use miniature messages. All of our taglines on our blog should be anywhere no more than 10 words, but no less than 7 typically, right? 7 to 10 words is ideal for a tagline. When we start getting this long, it becomes a little miniature message. But it's okay to have that miniature message on a drop card, because we want to give them enough information that makes them really excited and asking questions, but not too much. See, on my blog, if I were to say on my blog, which it does say on my blog, it says creating a life and not a living, or designing a life, not a living. Right, that is my tagline for my blog, right? Because that's what we do. We're designing a life, not a living. We want people to ask questions. How do you do it? Wow, I'm inspired. I want to design a life as well. But see, that's a little bit too short for your business drop cards, okay? You want to create that miniature message. And then, of course, your information, you want to have your website, email, phone number. You want to have a way for them to connect directly with you. Now, this is the other kicker, and I'm going to show you how I use them and where to place them that'll really create a lot of great interest from people. Is in the back. I always put something on the back side. My last ones, I had a picture of us in Machu Picchu, which was really powerful. People realize, wow, they do travel. And I always have typically a message at the top, which is like this one: we work with serious individuals only, right? I want people to go, whoa, they are looking to work with people. See, on the front, we show you what you do, but then in the back, they're like, wow, they are looking to work with people. So I should, maybe call them because they want to work with someone. And then, of course, I give them something that's really inspirational that comes from me. And this one is just a really fun one that I have used. I've used a number of different quotes, but this one really has become one of my favorites. But, I say a lot at the bottom of my cards: life is too short. What are you waiting for? Right? Don't let your life pass you by. Right? Because especially right now, guys, summertime, people are starting to feel it, right? They're realizing the kids are out of school if they have kids. People are starting to go on vacations. They're starting to feel it. So when you start triggering an emotion for someone, it makes them think, right? And when you do a drop card like this, it's more of it's like a passive sale, right? You're not really necessarily giving it to someone. In fact, a lot of times I don't ever give them to someone physically unless they're really asking. But really, these are called drop cards for a reason. So let me show you share with you guys the most valuable locations that I have ever used these on in a consistent basis. All right, number one is there's a couple things that I would do every single summer in San Diego. Well, we would actually do them all year because of San Diego's weather. But what you can do in the summer is this: you get your cards, and they should all be glossy, really thick paper. And what I do is when you live locally, right, you always have either a deli shop, a coffee shop, a non corporate little spot that you may go to, getting coffee, deli, whatever it may be. And most of the time they have those wooden cork boards on the wall, right, where you can post flyers and whatever. Well, this is what I did. I did things a little bit differently than just posting it on that cork board. And this worked amazing wonders. So what I would do is we always had 3 or 4 different coffee shops that we would frequent along with deli shops. And we kind of got to know the owner. If you live locally, you're going to get to know the people. So what I did is I go to Staples. Okay, if you have a Office Depot, Staples, whatever it is, wherever you live in your country or wherever you live, there's a different little office supply spot. You buy those little clear card holders. They're clear, not the black ones, not the colored ones, clear ones. And they're about $1 at Staples. I would buy like 30, 40 in the beginning of the summer. And I would go into these coffee shops. I'd buy a coffee, of course, or buy a sandwich. And you say, hey, I'm a local business owner here. I love coming into your shop. Would you mind if I actually place my cards here? Say, but I've also done something a little different for you because I brought you a card holder, and I actually brought you a couple additional ones to clean up the card clutter. Because if you notice in coffee shops, guys, people abuse the heck out of their places. They destroy it and they're cleaning them up all the time. So if you come in and you become that little savior that says, hey, I really like coming here, and I'd love to share my business cards with some of your customers. Do you mind if I do that? And they might go, yeah, well, maybe not. Say, but what I also did, I brought you something to clean it up. So I always brought 2 or 3 more. I cleaned it all up and set mine in the front. Now, I told them I'm going to be coming in, a couple times. I'm always going to buy coffee from you if we keep these up here, if you don't mind. Every single time, guys, people let me keep them up because I cleaned it up. I did something extra that no one else has ever done, and I put my cards there. Now, of course, I would pin them up as well, like 3 or 4 fanned out, pinning them up just to kind of create that additional little bit of presence. And I did that everywhere. We probably had about 10 or 12 different locations that we would put these cards up. And I tell you what, guys, it made such a huge difference because these are the locations that I actually had the most people taking my card, reading it like, wow, they teach you how to create wealth and live the life of their dreams. Amazing. So they take that, but they go to my website. Now, this is an old site that actually is no longer in use, but they go to my blog. Okay. My blog is all about us creating the life of our dreams, right? I blog about it. I talk about it. I share with stuff about creating wealth with my business, but I'm never really pushing. See, when they get there, they read that and they see exactly what I'm talking about. So if you guys don't have a blog right now that you can really use to attract people, you're really hurting yourself because I look at always my branded blog is our home. Anyone that worked with me for any 10 minutes, they know I call my blog my business home Because when people get invited to your home, like a party, they come in, they're totally neutral, they're really pumped to look around, and then they start asking questions. They look at pictures on the wall. They ask when you did that. So when people come to my home, they walk around, they see the, wow, what's this? Let me click on this. Work from no home. That sounds awesome, right? Oh, what's this? Oh, this they right. They all these different things. These are like my pictures, and they get to see all this stuff that I blog about and talk about that could be really applicable to them. So you get people to your home, guys, and they are so neutral and they poke around. But see, you're not watching them poke around. See, this is the part that I love the most that people always forget. You're not watching them. So they're going to poke around a lot. And if people are at your party, they probably, if you're not looking at them, they probably are looking around in your house at pictures and stuff, right? So that's why I call my blog my home. So your business cards and your drop cards really is a great place to start bringing people into your home. So again, coffee shops, deli shops, do a little something extra, clean it up for them, put your cards all around wherever their areas are. Okay, so that's one. Next is always, 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 if you go to restaurants or you go somewhere, waitresses and waiters are actually usually have degrees. They're usually really motivated, amazing people that just probably lost a job or wanted to make a little extra money. Every time you go to dinner, you slide a card in and go, man, you are just amazing. I really am inspired, just by your energy. I put my card in there. Give me a call. I love working with people like you. Fun. Flattery, right? You made them feel flattered. They felt like you might be someone that really did care about them, which you should, right? Don't ever say anything you don't believe in. So restaurants, we drop them there. Next, I've done this enough times that it really does start to make a difference. People, we used to put like a business card up, like let's say at a gas station, because when people are waiting to pump their gas, right, they're like, waiting to do it. Just stick one up when you pump gas. Put one up right up at the very top. It sits there for a while. Someone's bound to grab it. All right. Next one is don't clutter cars or anything like that. People always clutter stuff. You want people to actually physically take something and not waste it. So you want to put one up in a place that's one person may take it, right? Same thing for ATM machines. I love doing it at ATM machines because people are going to get money and we teach people how to create wealth and live the lifestyle of their dreams. I'm getting some money. I might need some extra one. But I only do one. You respect the places that you're doing them in, but you stay consistent when you're out. See, we ride our bikes all the time. So wherever we would go, we'd have to always go to the ATM machine. So we just roll the ATM machine, drop a card off, right? So if you're consistent like this, guys, you are going to attract someone, okay? Now, my next with business cards, because it's massive. You guys, there's a massive list here. Books. This has worked quite well. You go into a Barnes and Noble, a local bookshop, you go into the business development, personal development, travel, whatever it may be, you have an industry in, and you put your business card in the book. So when someone buys it, I have put probably 50 in a Think and Grow Rich book, all the Robert Kiyosaki's book. They've got my cards in them, well, at least everywhere I've gone. All those spots where people are thinking about wealth, thinking about creation, slide your card in there. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I have had the book guy like check me out, watch what I'm doing. Just watch yourself, just do it a couple times, like be a little casual. They're usually pretty cool, but you are marketing yourself. But I like to read, I like to go in and look at different stuff. I like to, get information. And that's a great way to put these cards in front of people's faces and just create interest. Okay. All right, so let me go through the list right now because you guys are all probably taking crazy notes. If you are, you should be because it works. All right, these business cards here, right? We create them because they have a purpose. They have messages that people want to hear. They have an image that people want to see, and they connect with you. They know, like, and trust you by looking at your face, right? We always give a message on the back, letting them know that you're a serious individual. You want to only work with serious type people. You can use it in your own language. I've changed it since this one. And I always give a little emotional touch, like don't let life pass you by. Summer's almost here. Make sure you're traveling for summer or life is too short. What are you waiting for, right? Things like that. Then we drop them in coffee shops with coffee shop with holders, coffee shops, deli shops. You drop them in front of, ATMs, gas stations. You drop them in restaurants. You put them in places, guys, that people are going to be at. And then the last thing is on business cards, because we could wear this sucker out. We could do this all night. Is in business cards, you can also do a really cool little deal. I've seen it done before, but it works. That's why there's 50, 60 to 100 cards in a fishbowl. Get a baby fishbowl, take it into your local favorite restaurant, and tell them you're doing like a little prize that you'd like to buy someone lunch if they give you your business card. Everyone dumps their business cards in there. Everyone. And so you might, tell the guy you'll spend up to $20. It's worth it. It's a $20 ad. You ask him if you can leave it there all week, leave it there on a Friday night, tell him you pick it up on Monday morning or Monday through Sunday, whatever you do, and let the owner know. As long as it's a frequented restaurant, they'll keep it there. You put a really cool little image up front, and you spend that, you call that one person, you give them a $20 gift certificate, but you got a list of everybody. And then you can either contact them, do whatever you want to do with it, but you've got leads. See, everyone always says I don't have leads. Leads are everywhere, right? They're everywhere. So you may want to make your little fishbowl say something like, if you love to travel, I'd love to buy you lunch, right? Or if you're interested in making more money working from home, I'd like to buy you lunch. Give me your card, right? Something that's being true. Okay. So that's a lot of fun with business cards, and they work. They work. And, we always then, if you are meeting someone personally and they ask what you do, I say, well, I typically, we travel around the world. We have an internet business and we show others to do the exact same thing. Wow. What is it? So here, I'll give you my card. You can take a look at my blog. You can see everything about it. It's a really amazing program that I've got that's given my family pure freedom. Wow. That left them hanging, right? They always want to know more. So, all right, business cards, super duper rock, but you got to use them correctly. You got to make them look the way that these have all these components, and use them in appropriate manner where people want to ask more questions. Then you're not just throwing them out there and wasting paper. Okay. Number 2 is flyers. Now, I have done this before. I've done it all. I never tell you guys not to do something I have not done. This is how I've done flyers. Now, this is just a little example of one, and that I have done specifically. And there's a couple things that you do for these type of flyers. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to do them, so you're not wasting time, energy, paper, and really not sending them out where they're not going to actually make a difference or people are going to look at them. Now, with a flyer, guys, you always have to use a colored paper. Typically, they say the colored paper is usually either bright yellow or bright orange or bright pink works the best. White, it really doesn't matter anymore. Pictures can matter. I have done a picture with pictures of Brian in my face, but it doesn't always matter. But this is the deal. You want to obviously make it in a way that's, kind of interesting to people. If you want to do the flyer, wording like this, it kind of shares with them. This is a 7-year travel company, shares the system for traveling and earning powerful commissions. Life is too short, right? Give them your website and your phone number. Now, this is how you use these. Now, I've tested them, and this is the only way that they actually work. Okay. If you do a flyer, that's what I did. There's a local flyer company that lived by me, and I paid them like $60, and they delivered 500 flyers a week for me. $60 a week, 500 flyers. And what we did is this: you have to go in a 4x4 block, right? Typically, and you have to do it 3 times a week, and you have to continue for 4 straight weeks. Okay. And you have to do this consistently. Okay. So what I mean by 4x4 block, right? 4 blocks wide, 4 blocks deep. You stick with one area and you hit them on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 4 straight weeks. What happens is you may not see anyone calling you in the beginning, but you will see people calling you at your 2nd and 3rd week. And you will begin their 4th week. You'll have more people. The more eyeballs have seen that same ad, you'll begin to have people that call. It works, especially when you do the 4x4 block. I recommend you hiring a teenager. School's out. They all want to work. They all want to do something. Put an ad up in Craigslist for interns. kid interns, they love it. You tell them you'll pay them. Typically interns don't even get paid anything. But you can hire teenagers or kids to assist you. You pay them, whatever, $10 an hour, $20 a day, whatever it may be. And now you got your kid working for you or your neighbor kid doing something, but you really stick to that block. You stick to this sequence here, and it works. It works because people don't really get as much flyer stuff anymore as they used to. And knocking works, right? That's why people have knocked for days and years, because it does work. But it's also a different way to hit attention to your audience, okay, and your local area. And it just gets you exercise, get your kids doing different stuff. All right. I never flyer on cars. Don't do it. It's a waste. People throw them away. They put them on the ground. They get them. They toss them. It's a really big waste of paper. I'm not big on wasting paper, yet flyering does work, and it can work. But it gets you out. All right. So this is another one. This is a different one that I've actually. This has been an ad that I have used for years. Executive level income working from home. This ad was actually in my local paper. There's always these really cool local weekly papers that every community should have and will have. I had this ad for, I don't know how long, Brian, at least 4 straight years straight. Yeah, at least 4 straight years. Little small 3-line ads, right? When you're doing 3-line ads, it can be a flyer or even a small little ad. When you're doing 3-line ads, you just contact them, ask them what's their best rate for a 3-line ad, and and ask them if they give a price break if you do more weeks. These work, guys. They really still do work, but the languaging works really well also, especially the type of person I was. I was an executive, so it worked, and it brought them to my website, which gave them my story, which I told them I was an executive. Now I wanted to work from home to be with my kid. So it all's congruent. Everything you say must be congruent. So if you have a business that's in, travel, you want to say something such as that. If you have a business that's like a marketing platform, then you want to just talk about, opportunities working for yourself. But, they work. They really, really work. Small ones work like this really well too. And I want to give you guys another, actually, a publication that I have used. I know they're all over the world, and it's awesome. Coffee News. Coffee News is great. It's a local little company, but they're all over the United States. I don't know if they're out of the country yet, but they're a franchise. And so what they do is they have these little ads. It's a really cool little thing. It goes in the coffee shops, and they're like little boxes. So it's like just a little, 2 open, whatever they're called, open little pamphlet. And there's these little ads all over. People adore them. I got so many calls from Coffee News. I think I spent $14 a week on it, and it was great. And this was my ad. I had a little picture. That was my ad. So this stuff works, guys. People are out, and when they're out doing stuff, they pick up stuff, they look at stuff. It's very different type of marketing. Okay, so let's move on here, because this is some of the really fun stuff. I know you guys have seen them, and I know it might sound silly to do them, but man, these things, people love them. You're going grocery shopping, you've got your children with you, or you see these darn little ads, and I tell you, who uses them is the real estate agents. The real estate agents, you buy this space for a month. And I don't know the prices any longer, because you can go to shoppingcartads.com. I haven't looked at the prices recently, but they're very reasonable, and they really do work. And then you have like a killer picture, like palm trees, or maybe, it says life is too short. What are you waiting for? Stop being a slave to your 9 to 5. Whatever you say, people really look at this. And I stare at these things all day long. And you're walking through, right? And you're like, gosh, look at this. I would never do anything, with this advertising thing. But man, if you had something with a picture, a face of someone, or, saying words that really triggered me, I would probably call it. And, it's funny. My really good friend of mine, Todd Falcone, he's an industry legend. Todd calls these. He loves it. He calls the real estate agents on these shopping cart ads and says, "Hey, man, this is Todd Falcone. I love working with really motivated people. I see you're an agent. I love working with real estate agents. I got a question for you. Do you keep your options open for making additional income during the summer?" That's all he says, real quick. And, 9 out of 10, they might say no, but the one guy that says yes, you're like, awesome. Well, hey man, I want you to go to this website, write this down right now. And he sends them over to a website, but it's really a great way. If you're shopping, why in the heck not, put an ad up there in your local place. I love being branded, right? You guys know that I'm like the branding queen. At least I've been coined that because I do branding workshops and I'm really about personal brands. So Unstoppable Family brand has been recognized literally all over the country, all over the world. As we travel, people notice it because I splash it everywhere. I wear an Unstoppable Family shirt. So you want to really make sure that you have yourself branded. So if you're in your local town, let's say you do a little ad or maybe you do a flyer, you got your business cards, they all should look congruent. Your business card should be on that shopping cart if you do that shopping cart, right? Your shirt should have your brand on it. I had stuff on my bike said Unstoppable Family. Like just people, the more they see it, they're like, what the heck is this Unstoppable Family? Right? They do. And as cheesy as you may think it is, it works. And if you live and love what you do, then you're going to live your brand anyways, right? And you want to talk to cool people that like your stuff. So, okay, so shopping carts, they do work. Now, this is one of the Unstoppable Family's ultimate favorite. And I've got some really special ways that I use these. The water bottles. Certainly for the summer, water bottles rock, right? People want them, they use them, and they really work quite well when you put your tagline and you put your brand. Like ours was some Swan Lifestyle in the beginning, Unstoppable Family now, and you put your little tagline on it. And this is how we use them. Okay, of course we use them physically, but the way that we actually use these that made a big difference is this. I like to target athletes, right? So athletes are the greatest group, right? They're motivated. They're just that's the kind of person I am. So what I did is I ordered about 500 water bottles. I called the beginning of the summers and I found out what races, or I looked online, what races were going on each month in the summer. And I asked them if I could donate to the race. Certainly, they say you can donate to the race. Of course, they want you to. So, what I did is I said, well, I want to bring them there. Can I hand them out to your athletes when they sign up or register? Or would you be willing to use this as a free gift giveaway? Most of them always said yes. So, I typically brought anywhere from 50 to 100. But this is what I did. I took a whole step beyond just giving them away a water bottle, because you give away a water bottle and you kind of don't know what's going to happen to it. So, what I did is I took all my business cards, those ones you saw earlier, and I put them in the water bottle. So if someone's going to use this water bottle or open the water bottle, they're actually going to have to open it and they're going to actually have to take out my business card. So now they're not only seeing Unstoppable Family, designing a life, not a living, but now they're also seeing a business card that says, we teach people how to create wealth and live the lifestyle of their dreams. They got to get it out. So they're going to use it and they're going to look at it at least. So you get a double touch. So I did that with races. I donated them. It was awesome. We got great people we got a lot of press, a lot of really good branding press because they liked it. I had one race, a local marathon. Actually, I delivered the stuff and the girl put a little write up in their little pamphlet in your little local paper. Then when you donate stuff, so it not only allows you to be part of your community, which you should do anyways, but it allows you to give back and to be a little bit more branded and to then, of course, create more interest and more question around what you do and what your brand is. So the water bottles work beautifully. Also, you can go to your local gym. I donated water bottles, like 10 a week, to the local gym, and I'd sit them up front and let them know the next 10 people that come in, please feel free to give them one of these. I always put the card in. So just all those little extra things. And we really built a really big local team, a local group of people, because they were there and they would talk to us and we'd go meet them places. And then we'd have private little VIPs and you can show people how to set up their business and, do really cool things because people love that extra attention. All right. So water bottles rock. They're great. They work and they're super powerful. All right. Now, car magnets. I was actually going to get us one of these when we were in Vegas. We just recently had a mastermind in Vegas. And Tristram, you said, putting business cards and books in the library. Absolutely. You just have to make sure your library attendant or librarian doesn't get upset. But yeah, of course, absolutely, you should be. Share the love. And okay, so car magnets. We were going to get one in Vegas as we were rolling around in these Hummer limos with our VIPs, but we didn't end up doing it because I thought I'd have to take them off. But the car magnets work. I've seen lots of people use them. Put them on the side of their car with all their good stuff on there. They're really inexpensive and they work. You just it doesn't really cost you much. You pay for it once, and it's all about eyeball acquisition, right? And so car magnets are really fun too. Let's see. Okay. Car frames. All right. Now, I don't have a car anymore because we've been traveling, so we don't actually have a car anymore. But I did on my car that Brian and I both drove. We did auto plates. Certainly don't get the plastic ones. Guys, if you're talking about creating wealth with people, get ones that are nicer. There's really nice pewter looking ones and the metal ones that are much, much nicer. And they're cool, man. You put something at the bottom, you put, put your, you can like either put work from home or, life is too short, work for yourself or something, or you can put your website on here. On mine, we had swanlifestyle.com on ours, and it's awesome. I mean, it really works. You can have a number if you like here, but they really do work. And especially if you're, tooling around quite a bit, people see it, people call. I would have people call me all the time just by seeing our frame because it says Swan Lifestyle. I drove a Mercedes. It was kind of nice. They're like, what the heck do you do? I think I said it was like, call me, swanlifestyle.com, or I had the number. So do stuff that's fun, guys. I mean, it's summertime is about getting out and having fun. It's about being branded, sharing your brand and getting your brand out there, because the more that you do it, the more people are going to see you, see what you have to offer, and they're going to want to take a little bit of action and have some fun with it. So, all right. So these are all like my favorite out of the box style marketing techniques, guys. I would like to do this. If any of you guys might have some questions, type it in here. I'll read them off. I can, if you guys have any other questions, I can unmute you guys. If you want me to do that, just make sure you put your hand down and then back up again, so I know that you guys want to ask a question. But this is all about when the summertime stuff hits, man. Those business cards and just getting outside and sharing your brand truly, truly works. All right, let's see who. All right, there's a couple of you guys that do have your hand up. All right, Victoria, did you want to jump on out here? I'm gonna unmute you if you want to jump on out. Hey, Victoria, did you want to jump on out here? Your hand was up. Maybe not. She's like, no. That's all right. You guys can put your hand down or up. There we go. Hey, Joni, do you want to jump on out here? You put your hand down or up. Hey, Joni, do you want to jump on out? Oh, I think I'm getting a double mute. There you go. I'm getting a replay of my voice. Let's see here. All right, Joni Perez, you want to jump on out? Let's see. I'm going to have you unmute you. See, your hand is up. There you go. Hey there, lovely lady. You guys are, yeah, you're funny. You guys are.
Hi, Rhonda. Can you hear me?
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Rhonda.
Yes. Hi, sweetie. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I love this new show of yours. I love seeing your face. This is fantastic. I have things to do. I want to close down, but you are so animated. I love your face in the screen. This
You're
is the best
so funny.
webinar ever.
I love you, girl. It's good to have you. All right. Well, thank you. Like my new little show. I know. I'm like, gosh,
Thank
why
you
not
so
put our
much.
faces out?
I do have.
Oh, I've got a double. Someone's replaying my voice. All right, listen, Joni, if you have a question, jump on out here. I'm going to stop talking so it doesn't keep talking. Let's see. Okay, Forrest, you want to jump on out of here, buddy? Hey there. Hey. You want to jump on out? I hear you typing. Forrest, did you want to jump out? No? You guys crack me up. Everyone's all afraid to talk tonight. Gosh, if you were in my workshop, you'd be in trouble. I always tell everyone it's a workshop, not a listen shop. It's all good. Hopefully you guys are getting, okay, let's see. Desiree said, on flyers, I need to mute out you, Forrest. Thanks. Yeah,
I thought we were keeping.
There we go. We got some massive feedback right now. Okay, so on flyers, how do you feel about using them in local papers and inserts? Yeah, it does work. I've done the exact same thing. I've taken my flyers and actually contacted them, my local little paper, and they actually allow you to stuff their little leaflets. And I think it was like, I don't know, usually it was like less than 50 cents a sheet, but it's been a while since I've contacted them. But it works. Yeah, certainly. I mean, anything works, guys. You know, it's just a matter of how frequently you do it. See, there's a certain thing with that type of marketing, like flyers, paper, newspaper ads. People have to see it in a consistent way. You have to be very consistent with it. So what happens is, let's say someone's in the paper and they see this one ad that they like, chances are they're not going to call it the first time. But if they see it 2 or 3 more times, then they're going to call. But if they see you and then you're out and they go to look for you again the next week and you're gone, you lose it. And so the best thing about right now is there are so many little, little newspapers and little flyer things around local areas, and people don't really use them as much anymore. But guys, people still love print. Print is still hot. We just don't really use it. There's also something I didn't share with you guys either is the little cards, the mailing cards. I tell you what, I have heard some of the greatest successes with people, especially now, by doing direct mail, because people just really don't do it. And there's a number of people that are using direct mail for a travel program, and then another guy's using it for a marketing program. And that's all he does is literally do mailers just about, he says things, like, work from home, quit the 9 to 5, that normal cliche type languaging, very simple. And he sends out about 500 a month, at least to one area, or 5,000 a month, I mean. He is killing it with those because people see them. So they work. You just have to take that action to stick with one area till it works, until you get a good test. And a good test typically is about a month. You want to give something a really good, strong test to make sure that you're going to get some responses. But I've wasted tons of money on marketing, but you know what? It's never wasted. It's always about just doing more, showing up, and making it happen. And that's what I love out of the box style marketing, because out of the box stuff really doesn't cost you a whole lot of money. It just takes a little bit more action. And in the summer, why the heck, get some exercise, right? Get out there and meet your local people too, because it really does work. All right, let's see what else we got over here. Okay, Brian Kleppen, hey buddy. USA Today. I have placed ads in USA Today. I've placed ads in Forbes, USA Today, the Robb Report. I've done really high-end ads in the past. And what was the one that that was the name of the one that I really, really loved? Oh, goodness. I've got it's off the top of my head right now. It's not coming to me. But yeah, I mean, the USA Today, it's got a really high readership. And you can take a look and get the readership as well, in the circulation. But USA Today is pretty high in circulation. Just want to make sure you're not paying too much. Sometimes you don't need to pay as much for those high-end publications, newspapers, because you can get a lot more even with your local. People are a little bit more trusting tends in their local than they are for those type of ads in a in a national publication. But it works. I used to do tons of print, and I really should go back and do it. Okay, so let's see. Desiree said I was cutting out a little bit. Sorry about that. If that's the case, that's unusual. Let's see, the direct mail pieces you were talking about. Well, you can use their postcards. There's actually, I'm gonna get you guys the name of the company that does the postcards. I know that, what is the name of that company that I have used? Goodness, gosh, I can't believe it just popped right off the top of my head. I can see the name. I can see the name written right now of the name of the company. I'll post it up underneath. I'll post this video up, and I'll add it to my Unstoppable Branding channel, YouTube channel, and I'll post it. If one of you guys know of a direct mail company, it's literally in the top of my head, and I can't really think of it right now. But they actually, you can buy lists. You can look it up direct mail. They offer their list. So you create the direct mail from them, and they send it directly for you. And I will get that name for you guys. Goodness, it's making me crazy. But you're not physically doing it yourself. That's kind of nice with the direct mail. They have a massive list, and then you actually buy the mailers and they send them out for you, the postcards. But I'll get that for you, Desiree. Okay. Yeah, you guys got it. Awesome. Well, this is really fun. I mean, I love this call. It's super, super fun for me because it works, and it's interesting, right? It's a different conversation than Facebook ads, right? Which we should do it. We should be all doing posts. And remember, guys, I've done recently a couple calls about story posting, writing your story out. Go to my page. I do a storytelling post almost daily. The amount of connection and relation that I have with my audience is powerful. And, with Facebook, it works. I mean, our social media, guys, is huge. So you do a storytelling post. Let's say, because I do these all the time, and this is a massive, powerful way to market, is you just tell a story. Tell a story about, let's say, we always start off with our kind of our life story, right? Why did I start what I'm doing? You always want to answer a question, right? So let's say we're telling our story about, I tell my story about how I started in this industry. I was a corporate executive. I tell them my vulnerability pieces, right? So you always do, who am I talking to? First, you think about that. And then you tell that story to them and you give them the reason and let them feel some emotion, right? So I talk about how I was a corporate executive, had no time, wanted to be home with my daughter, wanted more time freedom. I talk about that. And then I say, well, then I started to looking for something. And so then I give them some visuals, like I remember going to a business meeting and seeing a woman dropping her child at daycare. I didn't want that. I wanted to wait for freedom. So I tell my story and I found something. It was scary and no one trusted me and they all thought I was crazy, right? And you know what? My vision was bigger than caring. And I write all this stuff down and people can relate to that. And then you say, life is too short for you to be constantly worrying about what other people think. I'd love to invite you to come on over to my website and take a look, right? So that's a soft offer to bring people to your blog. Blog. Remember, you should have a blog. And if you don't, let me know because I'm partners with a great company that creates amazing custom blogs. And ask someone else. I think pretty much everyone knows how to find them. But you want to have something that's that powerful, and your blog is the way to bring them over, to let them go to your home and poke around. So a storytelling post is powerful. Then I do topic posts and topic videos. So now I'm starting to talk to one customer. Okay. For instance, recently I just did a video talking to corporate executive women because now I'm hitting hot buttons to them, right? And talking to them. And the feedback's ridiculous. And so you want to always, the storytelling and videos, guys, are the most powerful because you're real, you're transparent. People hear your vulnerabilities. So you want to always be doing that type of marketing. Facebook is the greatest way to do it. Obviously, YouTube videos. If you're going to do a really powerful video, I recommend that you upload it directly to Facebook. More people will be interested in it to be watching it. Always give value. It's never about selling. It really is about attracting. I have a rule in all marketing that I ever do. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. I know my students always hear me talk about it. Three parts: good, value, awesome content, interesting, intriguing, relating, things that people just want to read, with a soft. I'd love to have you come on over to my blog and read more, right? So that's my 3. And then my 1 is like, look, let me show you the system that I've used to create this kind of freedom. Boom, here's my website, right? So I do the 3-to-1 typically, or then I'll just do quotes and funny stuff and, just funny, goofy stuff, pictures. Pictures always work. If you're going to do a story post, you have to have a really good, compelling picture. 80% more people will like and respond to a picture post than they would if it was just a regular text post. So I'm just going to keep giving you guys as much as I possibly can in this time. You guys have any other questions that are coming up for you in regards to some of this type of fun style marketing? I'm gonna actually create a new card tonight, so I'll share with you guys. I'll post it up so you guys can see it. But yeah, guys, get your cards ready. Get them ready. Just use them. Don't abuse them. Use them and make them intriguing and fun and make people just want to ask you more. So I'm gonna close up the call now, guys, because it looks like everyone's doing good. No more questions. But wow, you guys, it's great to have you guys all here tonight on the little Super Summer Marketing Mondays call tonight. I hope you guys learned a lot of stuff from tonight. I hope you can take some of this and you take a little bit of info and use it. That's all that really matters. Taking one little nugget and using it. I will have this posted up on YouTube and I'll post it up on my branding Facebook fan page. Feel free to give me some comments if you liked it. Let me know what you think. It's always good for me to improve myself. And every Marketing Monday, you can come every Monday. We always have, I will always be doing a marketing call, free, just total content, just because I love you guys. I love sharing the stuff that I've learned. I always have guests every once in a while. And either way, guys, it's all about sharing. Get out there, share your love, share your value, share who you are, and be unstoppable. Make sure you guys get branded. If you don't have a blog, let me know. I'll help you out, or someone else can help you out. But I have a great company to help you guys. And I'll see you next week. Cheers, guys. Have a great night.